Hey guys, Scott Ryan from Fit Society. We're going to talk through a little bit of mobility using our kettlebell. So rather than some of our strength exercises, we're going to focus a little bit on some different ways to get through some of that restricted tissue, some of that mobility that might be having. We're going to focus a little bit more on our lower extremities to start today. But we've talked a lot about ankle range of motion. So when we're squatting or doing things that involve full ranges of motion, a lot of us have the tendency to have tight ankles or tight hips. So one of the ways that we're going to go after that tissue is using the kettlebell as an accessory to that movement. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can start down on the ground. There's ways to elevate this we'll show in just a moment. But what we want to work on is the dorsiflexion of the ankle. So the ability to push the knee over the toe without the heel coming up. We're going to take the kettlebell, we're going to place it on top of the knee, and we're going to use this to help create some down pressure into that ankle. I'm going to push myself forward straight ahead for the first one, and then I'm going to do a gentle little rotation inward, and then a gentle little rotation outward. So I'm hitting different directions of that dorsiflexion of the ankle, but I'm letting that kettlebell help me press down into that range of motion. For those of us that have difficulty being on the ground, you guys can also elevate yourselves up onto a surface and really just work on having a handhold assist or being able to put your hand on something and working into that nice long stride. We want to push full range of motion in all three of those directions and try and create a little bit more range of motion there. Again, going after some of that tissue is important as well. So not just going after joint mobility, but also working through some of that Achilles junction where the calf and the gastroc meets and starts to turn into that tendon. We want to sit that kettlebell down and use that handle with a nice scrubbing motion. So we can do this in a plantar flex position or a dorsiflex position. We're just gonna mash through some of that tissue, create maybe some circles with the ankle. But you notice in our foam rolling, we do a lot of up and down. So with the kettlebell, I really like the scrubbing, moving side to side. And you can just kind of move different layers, different heights of the leg. Now the last one, we've hit some of that posterior tissue. Now we're gonna hit a little bit of the posterior tibialis, which to some looks a little bit more anterior, but you're gonna find the shin bone and you're gonna go right along the inner edge. So we're gonna flip that kettlebell over. We're gonna find that place, and again, kettlebell doesn't need to be super heavy. Go based off of your tolerance. We're gonna work in, rolling the corner until you start to feel those hot spots. You'll know the hot spots because they're gonna make you jump. You can flex the ankle, point the toe, but starting to work just behind the shin bone. That is one of the main reasons people get arch pain or medial heel pain. So this is gonna help relax some of the tissue at the bottom of the foot as well. Take those three little exercises and try them before your workouts or after, and let's see if we can continue to improve on our ranges of motion. Have fun with that one.